So I've been seeing some really cool use cases of people using Cloud Code in tandem with Framer. So for example, one of my favorite template creators, Hamza Azan, has been using it to create and edit styles and write content. And I've been trying out this workflow on my own with an empty project and also using templates. I feel like it's easier to use when you're using templates. And I'll show you in a second what I mean, but yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be discovering this Framer MCP. I'll show you how to set it up, what to do, what are the capabilities, what you can't do. And I'd love to know if any of you guys are using it, in your own projects down in the comments below. But before we dive into today's video, I'd love to invite you guys to my Discord server where a bunch of different startup founders, designers, developers from all around the world. And we get together every single weekday to talk about different tools, different topics, different challenges. So if you guys are interested in joining the conversation, link is down in the description below. Anyway, so this is Framer MCP. It's called MCP. It's a plugin built by Tommy D. Rossi. It does bridge your Framer designs with AI assistants like Claude or Cursor, edit text, update styles, create components, and export React code. So available tools, project structure, so it understands pages, components, and code files. It can read and manipulate currently selected elements. It can modify different things like text and structure. It can modify color styles, text styles. It can search for fonts. It can duplicate or delete different pages or sections. And it can also convert your Framer components to React code. So let's start off with an empty project like this. I just have one page, one frame over here, and I can add the different breakpoints like tablet and phone, for example. And this is, I always tell people to do this before they actually start building in Framer. But now what we want to do is we want to open the little plugins icon over here, click on that and search for MCP and just open that up. And what that does is it opens this little widget over here, MCP, copy the MCP server URL below and add it to your MCP client. So what we need to do here, there's two ways of doing it. I'm gonna show you the first way, which is, you can use Claude Pro or you can use Cursor Pro. And then the second way is using Claude Max, which is that more expensive plan. But you need to click on this link. This is the best way to get started, because when you click on this link, all of these things that you have to copy and paste into your terminal, they already include that link to your file. Sorry, they include this MCP server URL, which is kind of it's unique to your own project. And so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to copy this, and I'm going to create a new folder called Framer MCP, just going to keep it empty. And we want to open the project in Cursor. So I'm going to click on open project and we're going to click on Framer MCP. And this is where you want to paste in that command. And you can choose Cloud Code or Cursor or Open Code, whatever. I'm going to choose Cloud Code because I have it over here as one of my extensions. So I'm going to click on Cloud Code over here. And then over here, just going to click on enter and then yes. And then going back into Chrome, what we're going to do is we are going to, since I'm using Cloud Code, the extension, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go back into Cursor and I'm going to paste this in the terminal. And then it says this generates the following file. So let's just check to see if that works. So we go over here and we can see that we have our JSON. And then I can say edit my home page to be a portfolio site. So over here, I have my Framer project open, and over here I have Cloud Code. I'm just going to submit this and we're just going to test it out to see how it looks like in a blank project. So again, you're going to see now it's going to be a much better workflow when you use an already existing template, but I just want to show you how it looks like from a blank project. Over here, it's saying, okay, what type of portfolio is this for? Let's say for a photographer / filmmaker. And you can already see that there's like this little green light over here. And you can see that in Framer, we have this little green light up and running. That means that it's successfully connected. That usually happens right after you send this first message. And now we have the to-dos. So set up desktop frame. Then we have add hero section, add work in projects, add about section, and add the contact and CTA and footer. So it understands what it needs to do. And as you can start seeing, I can see that there's like a dark mode and there's something going on. Let's just wait. We start to get this like nav bar. I can see it says Alex Morgan and it doesn't seem to be very responsive. And as you can start seeing, it's slowly building up our portfolio. It created this hero section. Still, it looks okay. There's a few things that we need to fix. I see a bunch of frames here. And if you're into Framer, you know that frames aren't your friend in Framer. You want stacks because it's more responsive, but it's slowly building something. And I guess you can, if you have the skills to do this, you can easily fix these things. But let's just wait until it's done, right? Maybe it does something spectacular at the end. All right, and now we get our project built. Looks like this. Like I said, if you are good at Framer, if you have the skills, you can easily tweak a few things and get it looking nice. I mean, get this template looking nice. You know, all you have to do is make sure that you have stacks instead of frames and that the widths are set to fill and not fit or fixed. And you have not absolute positioning, but relative positioning. That only happens when you turn this into a stack like this, right? So if I just go like this, you're going to start seeing that things are going to get a little bit better. For example, I'm going to set this to fill and boom. Now we start getting the design looking a little bit better. And if I click on certain things, like on this text, you can see that it has styles applied to them. So I can see that the MCP created these text styles for me, and we can easily like adjust the text styles using this MCP as well. All right, so the next step that I want to do is I want to use a free template in the Framer template marketplace. We have a bunch of great free templates that you can use. This is actually a really good tip for beginners when they use Framer to just download a bunch of free templates and like analyze the structure to see how it's built. But I'm going to go ahead and choose this one because it has like a primary green color. It's dark mode. Maybe we can change it to light mode, change the primary color to something else. So I'm going to click on use for free, and we have our new template over here. And this is where we're going to want to open up the MCP again, because the MCP, you can only use it project per project. And then we have to do the process again. So we're going to click on this link. And this time I'm going to navigate to the bottom where we have Cloud Code with a max subscription. You can obviously use that process that I showed you before, but I'm just going to show you how we can use it over here. And this is where you can open the desktop app, and I'm just going to open the sidebar, click on settings over here, and we are going to click on connectors. And I already connected my project, but I'm just going to disconnect it just to kind of, or remove it just to kind of show you the whole process. We're going to click on add custom connector, type Framer, and then go over here and paste that in here, click on add. And one of the first things that you can ask is like, what can I do with Framer MCP? It says site and page management, CMS, component and layout work, publishing, practical use cases. So you can get a template and spin up pages for or CMS structures. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to say tweak the design to make the design light mode and change the primary colors in the page to be more red tone instead of green tone. And as you can see, it does just that. So it turned it from a dark mode into this nice light mode with red primary colors. Again, there are certain things, small details like with these drop down effects that they don't really do properly. But again, you could just manually edit those. And also the nav bar over here, I can see is also not kind of like this light mode. We can also like edit that manually, make sure that the background is not black, but more light like this. Go back home, and now that looks much better. And the next thing, now duplicate the home page 3 times to create new pages about us, pricing, and careers. And I need you to edit the context of these pages to match what is supposed to go on these pages, right? So about, we want like a text about this specific company, pricing, you want to show the pricing, careers, you want to show the open roles. And it does just that. It duplicates the different pages. So we have about cryptics, and you can see it uses the same sections, but it just adapts the context and deletes the sections that it doesn't need. We get the same for careers and for pricing. We even get an FAQ section about the pricing for this cryptics company. And then I said, can we add a new CMS collection for job roles and connect it to this new page? And it did add these new job roles. As you can see, we have like 5 new job roles, but the limitation that I found over here is that it added this like new section. As you can see, the design isn't so like, it's kind of sloppy. Maybe it's because of the text over here, or maybe the layout isn't properly, properly managed or properly done. And it cannot add these collection lists, which are pretty important when it comes to connecting your CMS to the front end. It did add the jobs, but we'd have to like manually add the jobs like this and then adjust the design to, match those jobs. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know down in the comments below. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you next time. Goodbye.